The ancient world trembled before Rome's legions. Roman power seemed absolute. Yet a shadow loomed from the south, a storm named Hannibal. Born in Carthage, Hannibal became Rome's fiercest adversary. He challenged Roman might and nearly brought the Republic to its knees. Hannibal's story is one of audacity, strategic brilliance, and relentless determination. He marched an army, complete with elephants, over the Alps, a feat considered impossible by the Romans. His victories sent shockwaves through the ancient world, proving that Rome was not invincible. Hannibal's campaigns left an indelible mark on military history. Join us as we journey back in time to witness the clash of titans and the indelible mark left by one man on the course of history. Hannibal was born into a world at war. Carthage, a maritime power, was locked in a bitter struggle with Rome for control of the western Mediterranean. His father, Hamilcar Barca, was a renowned Carthaginian general. He instilled in young Hannibal a deep hatred for Rome. Legend has it that Hannibal swore an oath of eternal enmity towards Rome at the age of 9. Hannibal's early life was steeped in military training. He learned swordsmanship, horsemanship, and the art of war from seasoned Carthaginian soldiers. At the age of 26, Hannibal was given command of Carthaginian forces in Iberia, modern-day Spain. He quickly proved himself a capable leader. He expanded Carthaginian territory, securing valuable resources and forging alliances with local tribes. Hannibal's Iberian campaigns were a prelude to his invasion of Italy. Hannibal was ready to launch his daring campaign against the heart of Rome. In 218 BC, Hannibal embarked on a daring military expedition that would forever etch his name in history. He decided to take the war directly to Rome, a move that shocked and terrified the Roman Senate. Instead of sailing across the Mediterranean, Hannibal chose an audacious, seemingly impossible route, crossing the Alps. The Roman High Command dismissed Hannibal's plan as sheer madness. They believed the Alps were impassable for an army, especially one with elephants. Hannibal, with his army of over 50,000 men, including 37 elephants, began the arduous ascent. The journey was fraught with peril. Despite these hardships, Hannibal's leadership never faltered. He adapted his tactics to the unforgiving terrain, using ingenuity and engineering skills to overcome obstacles. After weeks of struggle, Hannibal's army, battered but unbroken, emerged from the Alps, much to the astonishment of the Romans. Hannibal's arrival in Italy sent shockwaves through the Roman Republic. He quickly won a series of stunning victories against Roman legions. At the Battle of Trebia in December 218 BC, Hannibal used a clever ambush and his superior cavalry to rout the Roman army. In the spring of 217 BC, Hannibal lured another Roman army into a trap at Lake Trasimene. He used the terrain to his advantage, concealing his troops in the hills surrounding the lake and launching a surprise attack that decimated the Roman forces. Hannibal's greatest victory came in 216 BC at the Battle of Cunning. Facing a numerically superior Roman army, Hannibal employed a brilliant tactical masterpiece. He drew the Roman legions into a trap, using a crescent-shaped formation that exploited the Romans' own momentum against them. The Carthaginian cavalry, superior in both numbers and skill, routed the Roman flanks and then attacked from the rear. The Roman army, surrounded and compressed, was annihilated. Cannae was one of the bloodiest battles in ancient history and a crushing defeat for Rome. These victories showcased Hannibal's military genius. The string of defeats, culminating in the disaster at Cannae, sent shockwaves through Roman society. Panic gripped the city. However, the Roman Senate proved remarkably resilient. They adopted a new strategy, one designed to contain Hannibal and wear down his forces. This strategy, known as the Fabian strategy after the Roman general Quintus Fabius Maximus Verrucosus, was a masterpiece of patience and attrition. Fabius understood that Hannibal's army, although victorious, was far from home, and its supply lines were stretched thin. He recognized the futility of meeting Hannibal in a pitched battle where the Carthaginian general excelled. Instead, Fabius implemented a strategy of harassment and avoidance. He shadowed Hannibal's movements, denying him the opportunity to engage in decisive battles. He targeted Carthaginian foraging parties, disrupted their supply lines, and waged a war of attrition designed to weaken Hannibal's forces gradually. The Fabian strategy was deeply unpopular among the Roman populace. However, the strategy proved effective, preventing Hannibal from delivering a knockout blow to Rome. For years, Hannibal remained a thorn in Rome's side, but he was unable to deliver a decisive blow. The Fabian strategy, although frustrating, had successfully contained his advance. Rome, meanwhile, adapted and learned from its defeats. Hannibal, despite his tactical brilliance, faced a number of insurmountable challenges. He lacked the resources and manpower to besiege Rome directly. His hope had been that Roman allies, disheartened by Roman defeats, would flock to his banner. However, most remained loyal to Rome, fearing its retribution more than Hannibal's wrath. The war in Italy settled into a stalemate. Hannibal roamed southern Italy, winning victories but unable to break Roman resistance. Rome, meanwhile, slowly turned the tide of the war. Hannibal pinned his hopes on reinforcements from his brother Hasdrubal, who was marching from Iberia with a fresh army. However, Hasdrubal's army was intercepted and destroyed by the Romans at the Battle of the Metaurus River in 207 BC. In 203 BC, after 15 long years of war, Hannibal was recalled to Africa to defend Carthage itself. A young Roman general, Scipio Africanus, had landed in Africa and was threatening Carthage directly. Scipio, a brilliant strategist in his own right, had learned much from studying Hannibal's tactics. Hannibal and Scipio, two of the greatest military minds of the ancient world, finally faced each other at the Battle of Zama in 202 BC. The Battle of Zama was a clash of titans, a fitting climax to a decades-long struggle for supremacy. Despite being outnumbered and outmaneuvered, Hannibal fought with characteristic ferocity. However, Scipio had anticipated Hannibal's tactics. He had trained his legions to counter Hannibal's signature maneuvers and deployed his own cavalry to devastating effect. The Roman legions, disciplined and well-trained, held firm against the Carthaginian onslaught. Scipio's cavalry, outmaneuvering their Carthaginian counterparts, attacked Hannibal's forces from the rear, turning the tide of the battle. The Battle of Zama marked the end of the Second Punic War and the decline of Carthage as a major power. Hannibal, despite his defeat at Zama, left an enduring legacy as a military genius. He is studied to this day, his campaigns analysed and debated by military historians and strategists. His innovative tactics, brilliant maneuvers, and unmatched understanding of battlefield psychology cemented his reputation as one of the greatest military minds in history. Hannibal's influence on military tactics is undeniable. His use of combined arms, incorporating infantry, cavalry, and elephants into a cohesive fighting force, was ahead of its time. He understood the importance of maneuver, using flanking attacks and encirclements to devastating effect. He was a master of deception, using feints and ambushes to disorient and demoralize his enemies. His legacy extends beyond specific tactics. Hannibal's ability to inspire his troops, drawn from diverse backgrounds and languages, is a testament to his leadership qualities. Hannibal's campaigns, though ultimately unsuccessful, demonstrated the importance of strategic thinking, adaptability, and the willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. Hannibal's shadow loomed large over Rome, even in defeat. He had inflicted upon Rome some of its most humiliating defeats, exposing vulnerabilities in its military and shaking its aura of invincibility. The memory of Hannibal's victories, particularly the carnage at Cunning, served as a stark reminder that Roman might was not absolute. The Roman historian Livy, writing decades after the Second Punic War, captured the lingering fear that Hannibal instilled in the Roman psyche. He described Hannibal as a figure of dread, a cunning and ruthless adversary who had pushed Rome to the brink of destruction. The Romans, even in victory, could not shake off the memory of Hannibal's triumphs. Hannibal's legacy had a profound impact on Roman military thinking. The Roman army that emerged from the Punic Wars was a different beast from the one that had faced Hannibal at Trebia and Trasimene. It was a more disciplined, adaptable and professional fighting force, shaped by the lessons learned from battling Hannibal's armies. The Punic Wars, particularly the epic struggle against Hannibal, had a profound impact on Roman society as a whole. Hannibal's story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, the allure of daring, and the impact of strategic brilliance on the course of history. He was a visionary leader, a master tactician, and a relentless adversary who challenged one of the mightiest empires in history and nearly brought it to its knees. His campaigns, though ultimately unsuccessful, left an indelible mark on military history. His innovative tactics, his understanding of psychology and warfare, and his ability to adapt to changing circumstances continue to be studied and admired by military leaders and historians today. Hannibal's legacy transcends the battlefield. He is a figure who embodies courage, determination, and the will to challenge seemingly insurmountable odds. His story continues to inspire, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, the human spirit, guided by vision and determination, can achieve extraordinary things. Hannibal's name echoes through the ages, a testament to the enduring power of strategic brilliance and the impact one individual can have on the course of history. He remains an enigma, a figure shrouded in legend and controversy, but his place in the pantheon of great military commanders is secure. Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general who dared to challenge Rome, will forever be remembered as a master of warfare and a legend of ancient history.